Yo, what's poppin', guys? Welcome back to another Scratch tutorial where there's always a car outside bothering us both. Anyways, today in this video we are continuing our RPG game. That was gross, I'm very sorry. Today we're continuing our RPG game. Last time we did inventory management and inventory in general, which we got to work like this. We can pick up a rock and then an artifact and then, rock, and then this other artifact, and it'll add it to our inventory, right? That's what we learned how to do in the last video. Today, I wanted to set up a shop system where you could buy and maybe sell some of your items. Anyways, so let's get into this. I'm going to make this test building the shop. So, I am going to take this test NPC, just duplicate him, and I'm going to call him Shopman. That's what we're going to call him. We're going to call him Shopman, and we'll make Shopman green because of money. Get it? Because money is green, and you get it. You get it. Alright, so here is the store. We'll put Moneyman up here. Just like that. Boom, Moneyman. So backdrop name is what it goes by. So our backdrop name, or actually no, I think we have a number, don't we? If backdrop name equals 1. Did I actually name that 1? I did. Test building inside. Well, we called the test building inside, so I'm just going to do this. So if backdrop name equals test building inside. Again, we just took this from my test NPC, so you should already have this code. Just change where he is. Again, you can check here once you move him where you want. So it's -69. Nice. And not negative, 138 for me. So let's see if that worked. Okay, he's not showing up. We go into the building, and he shows up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we can get our guy to show up now. So that's super nice. Now, again, I'd make these, if you wanted your insides to be, collision, just paint the outsides of these black. That way, when you're inside of the game, you'll collide with the wall. That's just if you want to do that. You don't actually have to. It's all up to you. I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna make you do anything. Okay, anyways, now to set up the talking to him system. So we'll come to shop and we'll do the touching player, space or E. We'll stop the controls and we will broadcast. We will set a broadcast for shop. Shop. Oh, okay. Well, I need to actually type the message, and we'll make this broadcast shop open. There we go. And then once we have our shop open, we will create. There's a few ways we can do this. For now, I'm just going to hide the inventory list. I'm just going to hide that. But we need to set up a system for a shop right now. Now, there's a few ways I can think to do it. It's really up to you which way you want to do it. I guess I'll show you the multiple ways. So we will do 2 ways. I'll show you like a click version where like a screen pops up and you click what you want to buy. And then the second version I'll show is a text-based one. I'll start with the text-based one. So this will be, okay, so I'll call this, make a new message, shop text open for our text-based one. And now in this same sprite, we will, well, actually, yeah, no, that'll work. So when I receive shop text open, we'll just have him say something for the start. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Boom. Now, immediately, just to make sure that code works fine, we'll come up here and we'll click on him. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Disappears. We still can't move, but again, the reason for that being is we haven't broadcasted our controls yet. We'll do that later. So, boom. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Here's where we'll set up the buy-sell system. Well, this is an ask, which you can find in sensing. We'll do, would you like to buy or sell? Then I'll put in parentheses, buy/sell, so they know what to type. Then it will be, we'll grab an if else, and we will go to operators, grab your equals, and type in this last box, buy, And then in this other box, go to sensing, grab an answer, and place that in the front. Because it asks a question, and then the answer, after the question is answered, it kind of acts like a variable, but for whatever answer is given to said question. So, if answer equals by, and before we even put any code in there, I'm going to duplicate this and put it down here. If answer equals cell, and then I'm going to duplicate it one more time. Or if else, so if it's not by or cell, if it's something random, we'll just make it say something like, have a good day. So that's what happens if like they maybe misspell the word. That's what'll show up. So we can come up here to this guy. Hello, welcome to the shop. Let's not type buy or sell. Let's type like that. Have a good day. Okay, that works. That's what will happen if you don't put buy or sell. If you put anything else but buy or sell, he'll say have a good day. Okay, now to set up the buy system. So when you hit buy, we need to make a list, and I'll make this list shop items. And you can do it for this sprite only. I guess I'll do it. So we have our shop items. This is what you can sell. And I'm going to show our inventory again. Oh, you're right. It'd be under here, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to make it so they both fit. That's what I'm going to have my inventory. Okay, there we go. Now here's where we need to decide what we want. So we'll start by deleting all of our shop items, just so we can refresh the shop tab. And then we need to add the items that we want. Let's say you can buy a rock. So here's how you're going to want to do it, right? So, oh my goodness, excuse me one second. Alright, excuse me, I had to cough for a second. So we have add rock to shop items, and then under what item it is, we are going to put the cost. So in this case, I'll make the cost, and make it just the number. Don't add any like symbols, just make it numbers. So we'll make it maybe a rock costs 3. And then we'll add, maybe you can buy the artifact. So I can show you 2 options. 3 in the artifact will cost 5. You put that underneath there. And when we come in, obviously I haven't like cleared these, so that'll be showing for a while. But, okay. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? You type in buy. And bam, it puts the rock, how much costs, artifact, how much costs. And obviously you can add as many as you want. Don't worry about it going off. You will be able to scroll in game if it gets too far. See, I'll show you. So you do that, and it allows you to scroll down the list. So don't even worry about putting too much on your list. This system will work no matter what you do. Okay, now, what I'm going to do to get rid of that stuff is right here in the green flag clicked, just do hide inventory, hide shop items. And then right here you can do show inventory, show shop items, just so it shows up. So come in here, come all the way up here. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? I'd like to buy, and bam, all that stuff pops up. Okay, cool. Super nice, right? Now what we do? Now we need to set up the system for what we're actually going to buy. So in here, we'll grab another ask and put it right underneath the last shop item. And you would say, what would you like to buy? And then we'll put in parentheses just so they know what to type. Type number corresponding. That's not how you spell corresponding. I can't spell. Corresponding to the wanted item. So let's see if that even fits. I'm pretty sure that should fit. That should. They can go on forever. I just want to make sure it doesn't like go behind anything. So hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? I'd like to buy. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So again, don't worry, they will be able to do that. If you're really worried about that, what you can do is you can raise this up just so that the ask thing won't be, there we go. Yeah, that works. That works. Because now they'll be able to see all of it while also being able, so this won't cut anything off. Okay, anyways. So then we will wait. Then we will, now we need to check which number they chose. And then we will check, grab an if, and put it right underneath your ask. Oh my goodness, excuse me. It's like I'm having a coughing fit right now. Alright. Quick did some playing. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't mean to move that. That was an accident. I'm not exactly sure where I left off, but I'm pretty sure it's here just in case I'm going to run through it. So if your answer is buy, it'll show the list inventory, show shop items, delete all of shop items, add rock to shop items, add 3 to shop items. This is your cost again. Rock and then your cost. Artifact and then your cost for the artifact. Then I'll ask you what do you want to do. Type the corresponding number. You'll set your change to 0. You'll set check to answer. So change is for this sprite only. Make sure you make a new variable inside of Shopman for this sprite only, change, and then check is also this sprite only. Then you will repeat 10 times. So you're going to want to come over and you're going to want to create a list, and you're going to name the list numbers, and in the list you're going to put this underneath, right here. When the green flag is clicked, delete all of numbers, add 1 to numbers, 2 to numbers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0, which means there are 10 numbers. Those are all the numbers possible. Yes, you're like, what about 11? What about 10? Well, don't worry, because that's a 1 and a 0. What about 35? That's a 3 and a 5. Don't even worry about it. All you need is these. Once you've done that, you will repeat 10 times. 1 time repeat for every single number. You'll change your change by 1. So it starts as this, starts as 0, and then it changes to 1. Then once it's at 1, you will do if, you're going to grab a contains, which can be found in operators. You're going to do if item check of shop items contains item change of numbers. So what this is saying is if item check, our check was set to answer. So for example, if it was rock, it'd be 1, because right here, rock is labeled as 1 on the shop items list. So right now, check equals 1 if you were to say so. So, if item 1 of shop items, because check is 1, if item 1 or item rock, if item rock of shop items, or if item 1 of shop items contains item change, which is now 1 of numbers, meaning it's checking to see if number 1 contains 1, which it does not. Item 1 only contains rock. Nowhere in it does it contain the number 1. So that's what that's checking. And then if it does contain a number, it'll say, sorry, we don't have that item here. So big tip right here. Do not put numbers in your names. Do not put numbers in these names. Otherwise, this system won't work. And then it'll say, sorry, we don't have that item here. That is if it contains a number. If it doesn't, then it'll repeat, change it by 1 again, 2, and then it'll check item 2. It'll check the same number. It'll check the exact same thing, except change the number to 2, and then to 3, to 4, to 5, to 6, 7, 8, to 9, to 0, just to make sure no numbers exist inside of that. After it does that, after it goes through that process, it will ask, would you like to buy a? And then grab a join block, which can be found inside of your operators. Put item check of shop items, and then put question mark, yes, no. Okay. And also after right here, so it's 2 joins inside of each other. Would you like to buy a? Don't forget to put a space after the A, or it'll look weird. Question mark, yes, no, just to tell them what their answers can be. And now, here's where things get big and confusing. So if you don't like big and confusing, I'm sorry. I'll try to explain my best. I seen a comment saying I need to go a little bit slower. So if I'm a little bit slower than some other people like, I'm sorry. Here we go. So if you say yes, as in you want that rock, you want that item, what it will do is it'll check to see if you even have enough money. Speaking of money, let's create a variable for money. So make your variable for money for all sprites, and I'll just plop money up in the corner. I'll do this right away so we don't forget. When the green flag is clicked, I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide money. And then I'm going to go to player. And when I receive play, I'm going to show money. That's just what I'm going to do. Show money. Okay, now it hides. Boom, shows. Pretty simple, right? Back to our Shopman sprite. We are going to go to controls and grab an if-else statement. And inside this if-else statement, inside of this little block right here, we are going to run a test to see if it's big enough. So we're going to grab this greater than symbol, and you're going to put money in the front, and then we're going to put an equation here, okay? You're going to grab a minus, and in the back of the minus, put the number 1. Okay. I need to show those shop items just so I can give examples while I'm doing this. Okay, so this -1 is what we're messing with right now. So what we need to do is we need to check, because again, this price, this 3 is the cost of this rock. So we need to check if they have either 3 or more money before allowing them to buy the item. So how we'll do that is you can just right now grab this item check of shop items. You can just duplicate that and grab it. Okay, how would I go about doing this? So we will right here grab this check, pull it out, go to operators, grab the plus, put the check in front, and add a 1 to the back of it. So check plus 1. So let's say you chose rock. That means your check would have been set to 1 because again, sorry for hitting my ring on the desk. Rock is 1. So if we set check to 1, we're on rock. So check plus 1 would be 2. And item 2 of shop items is 3, the cost. So it doesn't matter if your check was set to 3 because our 3 is artifact. When you hit this, it'll do 4, which is the cost of it. So you can just go ahead and put check plus 1 of shop items, which check plus 1 of shop items, again, if your check is set to 1 or rock, it's 3. So there you go. It says our 3 because that's check, that's item. Right here it says 2. Item 2 of shop items is 3, or the cost of the rock. I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense. And then put that in the -1. -1, that means it'll take the item 3 and -1 from it, meaning this should be 2. Okay, 2. Why do we want it 2? Because we're checking if money is greater than. If you didn't put that minus in there, it'd check if your money was greater than 3. Meaning, if you had the exact amount, you wouldn't be able to buy the item. So you make it 1 less, so you have to have more than 2, meaning 3 or higher, to get it. And just put that right in the other side of the money. Okay, there we go. This is your process for checking to see if your money is higher. This will say false, our money is 0. Okay, just make sure if your money is 0, that says false. And if you set your money over here to 3, and then run this, it should say true. It says true. That's how you know we're doing it right so far. Put that inside that if-else statement. Right off the bat, on this other side, you can put in a say that says, you don't have enough money for that item. Okay, that's what will happen if it will be false. If this is not true. If you don't have enough money, it'll tell you this. Okay, now, in this part of the if statement, we need to add the actual giving process. We will start by changing your money, because I like to always take money away before giving them the item. Just because if someone's like incredibly speed fast at your game, they can quickly hit buy and then restart the game really fast. So if you give your item first and then take away money, if they're fast enough and if you have any like weights in there, they can stop the game, have the item, re-go into the game, have the item, and not lose money. So you're going to want to make sure that you take the money first. Also, that reminds me, in your thing, in your green flag, you should probably set your money to 0 to start off with. So yeah. Now, back to this change. We will change money by. This is very easy, right? Grab yourself a join from operators and put it in there. Set this first thing to a dash or a minus, negative, item check of shop items, which at this point should be -3 because that's what it's here. That's what it is here. So -3. Oh, you see? Okay, it says negative rock. That's the issue. Okay, take this out and put in your check +1. I'm sorry. So this should be, yep, -3. There you go. And then put that in money. So it'll minus. So this is all just saying -3. So it'll minus your money by -3, or how much you paid for the item. Makes sense? I hope so. Now we need to actually set up giving you the item, which is a bit weird. So what we will do is, if you remember, whenever we pick up an item, it does an item pickup and then filters through here to give you the item. We're going to use this to our advantage. Now obviously it needs to set the item ID, right? But how do we set the item ID without this code getting cluttered? That's very easy. We make a broadcast, and we will call this broadcast, I'm going to call it setup ID. That's what I'm going to call it, setup ID. Now we can come up here. So I'm doing this just so this part doesn't get cluttered. You could realistically do this in here, but it'd be really cluttered, and I don't like clutter. So we're just going to put it up here. When I receive, where is it? Setup ID. You're going to do this for every item that you have in this specific shop. If you have multiple shops, only do it for the items that are in this shop. Grab an if else and put it there. Then you will check right here. If item check of shop, which this should be rock. It says rock. So this is what you actually want the item to be, not the cost. You want this one to be the item name. So if item check of shop equals rock, make sure you type that in exactly the same as you have it in your list. So if item check of shop equals rock, which this should say true right now. Okay, we're doing it right. So if item check or item 1, if item 1 of shop items equals rock, which it does, then we will set item ID. We'll start by setting the item ID to 1, because if you remember, inside of our items, we have 1 set to rock, which is what we want. So we'll set our item to rock, and then what you need to do is you actually need to give the item by, make sure you put this above item ID, by the way. You will change rock number by 1, giving you the rock. Okay, you change rock number by 1 and set the item ID. Make sure it's in this order. Do not put set item ID before rock. Just don't do it. Do not do it. Okay, now back to the setup ID. Well, actually, you have to do this for every item. I have 2 items. So you'll duplicate this, put it in the else, and all you have to do is take rock and change it to the other name, mine is artifact, and then instead of change rock number, change it to artifact number, and then item ID to 2, or whatever item ID number that specific item that you're selling is. Okay, fantastic. Once you do that for all of your shop items, mine is only 2, obviously that can go on forever. You can make as many as you want. But so after setup ID, right here, we're going to go to events and grab another broadcast, and we are going to broadcast item pickup, because when we receive item pickup, if we go to our inventory management, it will then filter through and set up your inventory to what it needs to be. Technically, you didn't pick up the item here, but it all serves the same purpose. And then what you can do is have him say something like, "Have a nice day." And then what we need to do is we need to give us controls back. And now this is where I just remembered, these other things won't give you controls, because this will end the script. This will end the script. So we need to put broadcast controls after each of those. Make sure you do that. So sorry we don't have that item here. Make sure you broadcast controls after that. Alright. Everything looks good. I'll scroll through it once time to make sure you have everything right. And then after that we will test it. And then I will show you the next process, which is the cell system. Okay. Let's test and make sure that that works. So we hit play. We can come up here. I just realized I'll have to set my money, but just because I don't have an actual way to get money yet. Don't worry, we'll do that eventually. So we'll set our money to, I don't know, 3. Okay, there we go. Just so we can buy a rock. We'll talk to this guy. "Hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell?" I type buy. Then I'll say, what would you like to buy? Type number corresponding to the item. I want the rock, which is number 1. So we type in 1 and hit enter. It does its thing and then says, "Would you like to buy a rock?" And you say yes. "Have a nice day." It adds a rock to your inventory. Now what you're saying, what if we already have rocks? Will it still set our rocks to 1? Well, let's try that. We'll pick up these 2 rocks, which now our rock should be at 2, and that will be proven when we open up the shop menu. So let's quickly go and do that. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? I'd like to buy. I'd like to buy a rock. See, we already have 2. Look, we already have 2 rocks from the 2 we picked up outside. Would you like to buy a rock? Yes. You don't have money for that item. I need to set my money back to 3. Forgot I already spent it testing it before. I'll go to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? I'd like to buy. What kind of number? Boom, boom, boom. Would you like to buy a rock? Yes. And look at that. It sets your rock in your inventory to 3. Okay. Fantastic. We know the buy system works. Now it's time for the sell system. Okay. So what I'd start doing right now is... Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. 1 second. I'm just coughing everywhere. I'm gonna go get like a glass of water real quick. 1 second. All right, here comes selling. So what you're going to want? Oh my goodness, I'm stumbling. What you're going to want to do is, if your answer equals sell, what we are going to do is we're going to put this in. We're going to show our inventory. We're going to ask, what would you like to sell? Type number corresponding to the item wanted, to the wanted item. And then we're going to make a broadcast called check price. Okay? And then the check price will do the rest of the work for us. So we'll come up here, and right below this, we will do a when I receive check price. And now here's where we set up the big stuff. Alright, so I have it set up here. Don't worry, I'm going to set it up slowly. I just have it over here for a reference for myself. Okay? Alright, sounds good. So you're going to want to grab an if-else statement. Yeah, okay. So the reason why I'm doing this is my brain's not this huge. I can't just remember this. This took me maybe 20 minutes to make. And I just don't want to be stumbling. I want this to be a fluent tutorial, so I'm just having the code right here. So you're going to do an if statement, and then you're going to want to go to operators and grab a contains. And then inside these contains, you want to go to your variables and go ahead and grab your item 1 of inventory. And instead here, take an answer. I'm just going to grab it from over there and put it in there. This is your answer to the question right now. So it asks, would you like to sell? The number corresponding. 1 right now for me is rock. So I'd type 1 for rock, meaning that item 1 of inventory, and it checks if it contains rock. Okay? You're going to want to do this for every single item that is on your list right here. I mean, not this thing. This is for the next item, but all this stuff is for 1 item. Don't get overwhelmed. It's really not super difficult. Once you get it done once, doing it for all the other items will be the easiest thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a variable called sell price. Obviously, I already have one. So you're going to set your sell price. So you're going to want to make a sell price for the item, how much you want to sell items for. I'd make this for yourself. I'd keep a list for yourself just so you can remember easier. That's a comment, sorry. So I'm going to give you a quick tip. Do not make your item sell price more than it costs to buy it. So if you're, for example, my rock costs $3 to buy, so I'm making my rock sell price 2. That way, someone can't sell an item and then buy it back for less and then sell it for more, buy it back for less, and keep making money. This is just a little cap to make sure that they can't put that much money on. So we'll set the sell price of a rock to 2. And then we will set check. If you can't tell, check is kind of like our Lord and Savior here with how this stuff works. So we'll set check to answer, meaning 1, or whatever they put. And then we will go to sensing and grab an ask, and ask them, are you sure you want to sell 1 or more rocks? And then we'll be like, yes / no. Then we need to grab an if-else statement and put it under. Excuse me. And then we'll grab an equal sign from operators and make the last part of it a yes. And then we'll go to sensing, grab answer, and put it in the front. And now it'll ask you, how many rocks would you like to sell? And then I don't type number in case they don't know what to do. And now here's where we grab ourselves we go to control and we grab ourselves an if else and we smack it right underneath. You're going to go to operators and grab yourself a greater than symbol, go to variables and grab your rock number and put it in the front of that variable. On the other side, you are going to go to operators and grab yourself a join. Let me take a look. Right. we are going to set the first part of join to a minus and the other part to answer. So if rock, I'm getting Discord notifications. You can't see those, but I can, and it's bothering me. So if your rock number, how many rocks you have, is greater than whatever many you said. So let's say our rock number, let's say how many rocks we had in our inventory was 5, right? And you say you want to sell 5 rocks. What we'll do is we'll check to see if your rock number is greater than your answer minus 1. So if you said you wanted to sell 5 rocks, this would make it -5 or -5, right? Or sorry, that's completely wrong. Oh my goodness, I'm actually brain dead. I'm going to duplicate this. It's answer minus 1. There we go. So it'd be 5 minus 1 if you said you wanted to sell 5 rocks, so it would change this to 4. And now what it's doing is it's checking if you have more than 4 rocks, meaning 5 or more, meaning you'd be able to sell 5 rocks. And then if you're able to sell those 5 rocks, go to variable and grab yourself a change and put it in the first slot. Change your rock number, and then here's where you'd get your join negative answer. So then it'll change rocks by -5 if that's how many you wanted to sell, so you'd lose 5 rocks. Again, do this before you give the money. Same thing like buying. You want to make sure that you take what they're giving you before you give them what they want. So changing rocks by the negative, and then change your money by your sell price. Remember, your sell price is 2 as we set it up here. Obviously, you could just do 2 and sell price isn't necessary. I like to make a variable though, just because we might use it later for something else. So just better safe than sorry. Next, truck going by, it sounds like, we will set our item ID to whatever your rock is. My rock is 1. Again, you'd set this to whatever item is being sold's ID. So rock's ID is 1. Get it? Okay, cool. Then we'll broadcast our item pickup. And if you remember, item pickup just sets your inventory to show the right numbers. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. All that does itself for you. Then all you have to do, go ahead and say have a nice day and broadcast your controls to give your players controls back. Now, what happens if you don't have that many rocks? Well, that's really easy. Just say you don't have that many rocks and then broadcast controls to make sure the player can move again. Now, what happens if they say no to, like, if you ask, are you sure you want to sell that many rocks? Are you sure you want to sell rocks? And if they say no, what do you do then? Well, you just tell them to have a nice day and then broadcast controls. Now, you are completely done with selling an item. Here's your item sell script. Put that in this part. And then put this for your check price. Now, you want to do the other item for your artifact. Just duplicate everything you just made and put it in the else statement down below. If answer, just change rock to artifact, or whatever your other item is. Change your sell price. Mine over here says 4 because it costs 5 to buy one, so I'm making it 4 to sell one. That to answer, are you sure you want to sell 1 or more? Change rocks to whatever it's called, artifacts. Answer is yes. How many artifacts would you like to sell? Change your rock number here to artifact number, rock to artifact number. Item ID, my ID for artifacts is 2. And then all that stays the same, except right here, you do not have that many rocks. Change it to you do not have that many artifacts. There we go. Just make sure if you check this and it doesn't work, make sure to check your script again to make sure you changed all the necessary things to make it make sense. Because that'll be most likely the thing you mess up on this. Okay, let's check. Ooh, I was showing rock number while I was testing. I'm sorry. Okay. We play, and then rock shows up. So we will simply go ahead and pick up all the items so we can have them in the inventory for this demonstration. And we'll come up to the test, and we will talk to the shopman. Hello, welcome to the test shop. Would you like to buy or sell? We are looking to sell. Now, here's our inventory. What would you like to sell? Type the number corresponding to the item. All right, I want to sell some rocks. So we type 1, because that is the number. All right, are you sure you want to sell 1 or more rocks? And you say yes. How many rocks would you like to sell? let's say I want to sell 2 rocks, meaning I'd make a profit of 4 because each rock is worth 2. 2 times 2, 4, math. So we want to sell 2 rocks, meaning this money should go to 4 and our rocks should go to 0. Let's see. Our money went to 2 only. Okay, we have an issue now. Sets money to 2, but it did change our rocks to 0, so we're on the right track. Now what do? So, here we go. Right here, we have the change money by sell price, right? All we need to do is this answer, right? This answer would be 2, right? Yeah, 2. So all you need to do is come to your control, grab a repeat, put your answer inside the repeat, and then put this change money by sell price inside the repeat, and then put everything else underneath it. Make sure only that change money is in there. That should fix it. Don't forget, do not forget, do it to this bottom part too. Do it to every other item. I'm so sorry if you already set this up and you have like 30 items. I'm so sorry. But yeah. So just take that out, put that in, and then save. Okay, let's try that again. Now it should work. So we go ahead and we pick up all of our items. Oh my goodness, this episode's getting long. I'm very sorry for that. So we pick up all the items that we wanted, and we go into our test building, and we come up and talk to Mr. Shopman. He says, hello, welcome to the test shop. I'm looking to sell. We want to sell rocks. Are we sure you want to sell rocks? Yes. How many do you want to sell? 2. Now, when I hit enter, money should be 4. Rocks should be 0. We hit enter. Money is 4. Rocks are 0. Thank you. Have a nice day. Now we want to sell artifacts. Let's say we're looking to sell. Now, what do we want to sell? We want to sell artifacts. So we press 2 because 2 is the number right here. So we have 2, which is our artifacts. So we type in 2 and hit enter. Are you sure you want to sell one or more artifacts? Yes, we are. How many artifacts do you want to sell? We want to sell 2. Now, artifacts cost 4, meaning that we'd gain 8. 4 plus 8 is 12, meaning our money should go up to 12 and our artifacts should go down to 0. Let's enter and see what happens. Money goes to 12, artifacts goes to 0. Fantastic. And now look at that, we even get our controls back. One thing you might want to add is come to your player, and for controls, you might want to, right here, just hide inventory, so that when we talk to people, you know, our inventory goes away forever talking to someone who's at the store. So one more time, I'm going to go through this again, and then I'm going to show that buying and selling work simultaneously, so you can keep, you know, doing your thing. Alright, so one more time, one more demonstration to show that it works. I'll do some stuff to try to see if I can break it. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to break. If it is, please tell me and I'll try to fix it. So we want to sell rocks. Do we want to sell rocks? Yes, we want to sell 2 rocks. We have 4 money, 0 rocks. Okay, talk to him again. We're looking to sell. We want to sell artifacts. Do you want to sell artifacts? Yeah, we do. How many artifacts? We want to sell 2 artifacts. We go to 12 and 0 money. And then look at that, our inventory thing goes away. Now, hello, welcome to the test shop. We are looking to buy now. Now we want to buy. We want to buy some rocks. So we could realistically buy 4 rocks. So you just do this one time. So there we go. We have 1 rock. So now we have 9, and then we can talk to him again. We should probably, I'm going to set this up right now. Come to test NPC under hide inventory. We can also do, all right. That's not a universal one. So in our Shopman, right underneath here, you can just go ahead and hide your shop items. That's right underneath check price, by the way. And then underneath here, you can just, underneath the big one, go ahead and just also do hide shop items, just so it stays the same. Would you like to buy or sell items? I would like to buy. What would you like to buy? We want to buy a rock. Would you want to buy a rock? Yes. There, now we have 2 rocks. And now we talk to him again. And we want to sell. We want to sell a rock. Yes, we want to sell a rock. We want to sell 1 rock. There we go. We sold a rock. Now we want to buy an artifact, because we are very indecisive. So we tell him we want to buy an artifact. We want to buy the artifact. Do you want to buy an artifact? Yes. Have a nice day. We bought an artifact. We can come to here again. And then we can choose to sell. We want to sell the artifact. Yes, we want to sell the artifact. We want to sell one artifact. And bam, there we go. Shop system works. Again, you can have as many things as you want. Just make sure you set everything up. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry it was so long. But while you're at it, why not subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content? That would help me out a lot. According to YouTube statistics, only a very, very, very small portion of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, if you could just go down there and hit the button and see if you're not. And if you're not, just hit the button. It's quick, easy, and free. And you can always unsubscribe later if you don't like what you see in the future. Anyways, guys, join Discord, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.